Go.
Is that was
We're
smooth,
good.
right?
Take it away.
Okay. Good morning, everybody. So before we dive in, let's start with a quick question. What's one thing you are hoping to learn today? You can comment that in our chat box. Okay, that's fine. So search is changing very fast. Yeah, definitely some SEO tips. Yeah, perfect. So search is changing very fast. Earlier, we focused only on SEO and ranking on Google. So now people search differently. So they are asking questions, they are using AI tools and expect quick answers. So today we are going to discuss about how search is changing in 2026. So we are JBC, Digital Marketing Agency in Kingston, Ontario. We are providing different services such as website design and development, digital marketing services, and paid advertising solutions. And myself, I am Adisha Dania Ranjan, and I work as a digital advertising manager at JBC. Learning objectives. So, by the end of this session, we will understand what is traditional SEO and the modern search strategies. And we will understand how search engines, AI, and user experience will shape your marketing strategies. Why modern search engine optimization is important for your business success, and finally, we will understand what actions you need to take moving forward. So first, we will discuss about the 5 pillars of modern search. The first one is SEO, search engine optimization. That means ranking in search engines. Second one, AEO, answer engine optimization. That means answering user questions. Third one, GEO, generative engine optimization. That means showing in AI generated results. Fourth one is AIO, AI optimization. That means being visible in AI tools. And the final one is SXO, search experience optimization. That means giving a good user experience. So this presentation explains what these pillars or what these 5 points means and what we need to do. So before moving, so I will explain about some about keywords, search engine, and search results page, because moving forward you will hear these terms a lot. So how many of you are aware of Google search keywords and rankings means? Is anyone aware about that? Okay, I will explain. So, when you are searching something in Google, that term or that word is known as keywords. So, here, for example, grocery store Kingston, we can consider that as a keyword. Usually, we are categorizing keywords as two different sections. One is short tail keywords, and the other one is long tail keyword. So, we can consider this grocery store Kingston as short tail keyword. And for example, does Kingston have locally owned grocery store? We can consider that as a long tail keywords. So when you're searching something and you will come to this page, right? So this page is known as search results page. After searching, you will get these links, right? The details of this website. So that links or that results is known as search engine results or search results. Okay. So next one is why this matters or why these 5 pillars are important for us. So earlier, uh, So, search behavior has changed a lot. Search is no longer just the results. So, users now want like instant answers. So, AI is now answering instead of showing that links. Also, users are expecting fast and clear experiences. And AI tools will summarize our content and they are giving answers to the questions of users. Finally, earlier, if we are visible in a Google search results, that is enough for the business. But now that's not enough. Ranking alone is no longer enough. We need a visibility. We have to be to be as answer as the search engine. So that's why the five pillars are really important. So our first topic: what is traditional SEO or SEO? SEO means search engine optimization. So we have to be ranked in Google search results. So usually we are categorizing SEO into three parts, three sections. The first one is on-page SEO. We need to optimize our website content with proper keywords, page titles, meta descriptions, heading, and quality content. So the I will explain the process. So first you have to find out the keywords for your business. You can analyze your competitors, their keywords, and finalize your keywords. Then you have to optimize your website with these keywords. Then after that, so make sure that you have the quality content because content is a key for SEO. The second section is off-page SEO. Off-page SEO means we are going to build authority to your website by using backlinks, brand mentions, reviews, social with the social factors. So, what is backlinks? So backlinks means we are creating some links from other websites to your website. That is known as backlinks. So backlinks is really important for the Google search rankings, and it is one of the ranking factor. So you have to make sure that we are having enough backlinks to your website. Then this builds the trust with the search engines. So search engines are expecting more trust. So this backlinks will create that trust for the search engines. And the third criteria is the technical SEO. So we have to improve our website performance by website speed, mobile friendly design or the responsiveness, and the structure of your site. So your structure and the navigation of your website is really an important factor. So these three are the main important factors. So this all will help search engine understand what's your website. So it will help to understand your website better. So we have to say that SEO is the foundation of everything. Now we are moving to modern SEO. So modern SEO means the combination of the visibility, answers, AI, and experience. Now we already discussed about the visibility factor. So now we are going to explain about the remaining factors like answers, AI, and experience. So if we have to focus on all these factors, then only we will get a more visibility and more success for your business. So the second section is AEO. What is AEO? AEO means answer engine optimization. So our goal is to make our content the direct answers in search results. So where these answers will appear? It will appear in featured snippets. People also ask sections, voice search such as Siri, Alexa, Google Assistants, and AI summaries. So, for example, when a user asks what is SEO, so Google shows direct answers from your website. So, Google is analyzing your website content and they are collecting that data to show the answer for the user questions. How to optimize for AEO? So, we need to optimize our website or our content for AEO. So the first suggestion is to use real questions as headings. So you know that how your users are searching your business, right? So try to find out that user questions and use that questions as your headings. For example, blog. So you know the user question. So for example, we can say that how to improve speed or sleep. Okay, so you can use that question as your blog headline. So use real questions as headings. Second one is answer it immediately in 40 to 60 words. So earlier in blogs, first what we will do, we will write some long introduction and then we will go to our content, right? So now that's not enough. We have to write the answer for our question in the first paragraph. Like you can use within 1 to 2 lines, 1 to 2 lines, you can write your answer. Like, what is the answer of that question? So, you have to answer immediately in 40 to 60 words. Then, next one is you have to organize or arrange your content. So, you can use lists, tables, or steps to make your answers clear. But the only our goal is to make sure that your content is like a structured and easy to understand for the Google, answer engines and the Google. Fourth one is we have to update your answers regularly with the latest data. And the final one and the important one is FAQ section. Make sure that you are adding FAQ sections in your website. So similarly, you can use your user questions as your FAQ sections. So AEO will help us become the answer. That is AEO. Okay, just a moment. Okay, we are moving to our next section, that is GEO. What is GEO? Generative Engine Optimization. That means we have to get mentioned in AI generator responses. So we have to optimize our content for AI search engines like ChatGPT, Copilot, Google AI. So our focus is like we have to be recommended or cited in a AI generated responses. So it's not just about the Google ranking. We have to appear inside AI responses. For example, when someone asks AI like a best digital marketing company in Kingston, so our aim is like our brand should be part of that AI answer. So AI will respond us like they are giving like 2 3 options like agency A, B, and C. So we have to come up in that three options. That's our aim. So GEO helps your company appear in this recommendation list. So we are considering this GEO as the next level after SEO and AEO. How to optimize for GEO? So we have to create expert level content, not the generic content. So in your blogs, you can write blogs with the expert level content, and you have to add the FAQ sections and the conversational content. Then you can add statistics or case studies. Then you can strengthen your brand mentions across the web. And important factor is you have to make sure that your content is properly structured. Where geo works, so we can see the geo results in AI chat results, Google AI overviews, voice assistants, and AI powered search tools. So as per the latest trend, users are skipping websites, and they are directly reading AI answers. So why GEO is important? Because AI is replacing the traditional search, and users are trusting AI recommendation. So we can say that GEO is the future of a digital marketing strategy. So finally, GEO helps AI recommend us. That is GEO. So we are moving to our next session. That is AIO. AIO means AI optimization. So we have to optimize our content for AI tools so that they can understand and use our content. And this we are designed that for the platforms such as ChatGPT, Gemini, and the other AI platforms. And we have to focus on clarity, structure, and simple explanations. So, best content style for AI. So, you have to use question based writing, as we already mentioned. So, find out the questions from your users, use that as your titles or as a question. Then use short paragraphs instead of long paragraph, and structure your content with bullet points or definitions and step by step explanations. How to optimize for AEO? So we have to make sure that we are right in simple and natural content. Don't write like too much complicated wordings in your blog or other content, because users will not understand. Not only users, search engine will not understand that kind of things. So make sure that your content is really simple and natural. Then second one is use structured headlines, use clear headlines and subheadings with that. Explain your concepts very clearly and nicely. You can add examples and pictures, and focus on a helpful content. And another important thing is avoid keyword stuffing, because earlier, as per the SEO factor, we are adding like a lot of keywords in the content. So earlier we are believing that because of that keywords we are getting our results in search engine, but that's not true right now. Make sure that we are adding our keywords properly. Avoid keyword stuffing. Here I mentioned an example. So, traditional way in our blog, for the question is, what is digital marketing? So earlier, what we will do, so we are like we will write an introduction and we will give some generic content over there, and then we will explain what is digital marketing, right? But no, now if you want an AI friendly content, you have to write the answer for your question as the top of your section. So within one or two lines, so you can write like digital marketing helps the business to grow online media, so SEO, ads, and social media. So write your answer clearly so that AI will optimize. AI will use your content and show your brand. So before moving to SXO, can anyone say the difference between AIO, GEO, and AEO? Okay, that's fine. I will explain. So I will summarize everything. So AIO means AI can understand and summarize our content. So they are making our content easy for AI tools to. We have to make sure that our content should be easy for AI tools to read, understand, and use. So AI reads our website content, and they are using our content to generate the answers of users. Second one is GEO. GEO focus on getting our brand recommended in AI generated answers and making AI recommend our company as a trusted source. Then finally, AEO helps search engines and AI provide direct answers from your content. Okay, so we are moving to our final section, that is SXO. SXO means experience optimization. So we have to focus on user experience after search. So we are how to this process is the combination of SEO and the user experience. So earlier we are only focusing on the ranking, but now we also need to focus on the user experience. We have to engage our user. And the entire process, the SEO process means we have to make sure that the journey from the search to the actions are smooth. So how the journey will start is like when someone search in Google or search in somewhere. So they will search with your keyword and they will find out your website, and they will enter into your website, and then they will spend some time in your website pages, and then they will take the action, right? So this is the ender journey. So we have to make sure that this ender journey is easy for the user. That entire process is SXO, search experience optimization. And so, what makes a good search experience? We have to make sure that our website is like fastly loading, and the design is mobile friendly or responsive, and make sure that our navigation between the pages are easy. We have to give clear headlines, headings, and structure for your content. Make sure that it's a simple and a helpful content for your users. And the final and the important one is clear call to action. You have to put the clear call to action in your website. So why SXO is important in 2026? Because users are expecting fast and easy experience. If the site is slow, they will, what will happen, they will leave your website, right? Similarly, if the content is like a confusing, they will leave your website. So here I will explain one term for you, that is bounce rate. So if the user is not spending much time in your website and they are leaving your website, that rate is known as bounce rate. So I will give you an assignment for you guys. So you have to check your bounce rate of your website, and where you can find is like in your Google Analytics, you can find out your bounce rate. If the bounce rate is too high, that means you have to check your website and you have to find out what's the reason for that one, why users are leaving your website so easily. So that's a big issue for your website and your brand. If the bounce rate is too low, that means your website is good, but you try to make sure that you are improving. Find out if there is any key opportunities for your website, and you can improve that section. So that rate is known as a bounce rate. And Google also ranks based on this experience. So Google will, there are a lot of ranking factors for Google. So this experience is also a factor for Google. Uh, then we will explain the difference of good and bad experience. So if a bad XXO means if your site is too slow and your website have too many pop-ups and it's really hard to find out the information, and your layout is confusing and the navigation is complicated, that will consider as a bad SXO. Then what is good SXO? That means if you have your website is fastly loading and the content is easy to read and the design structure and the navigation is simple, and you have the clear next step. So what user need to do? You have all the things in your website, then we will consider it as a good SXO. So the future of search and digital visibility. So we have to make sure that SEO, AEO, AIO, GEO, and SXO have to work together. Then only we will get a digital visibility for your brand. So I will summarize everything for you. So we have to say that SEO will help people find us. AEO will help us become the direct answers. AIO will help AI understand our content. GEO will help AI recommend our brand. And finally, SXO ensures users stay and engage and convert. So what this means for us? So we what you need to do? So we have to make sure that we have a really helpful and structured content. Think beyond your keywords. You have to build trust for your search engine and users and the AI engines. Focus on user experience. Check your website and the navigations and the bounce rate, those kind of things. You need to check your website and prepare for your AI driven search. And finally, the important factor is check your call to action. Make sure that you have clear call to action. Don't make any confusion for your users. So when we combine visibility, clear answers, AI trust, user experience, so we create a strong digital presence. That is why we have to work SEO, AIO, GEO, AEO, SXO must work together for the success of your business. So after this session, you can think about your brand. So you have to think that, so are you creating content for ranking or answering? Is our content AI friendly? Is your website is easy for users? Where you can improve first. So think about this one and prepare a strategy for your business so that you can succeed. So that's bring us the end of this session. Thank you everyone for joining. I hope this gave you some useful insights. Thank you.
Thank you, Adisha. I know I always learn about this. This is the second time I've sat in on this presentation. So if there's any questions from the group, so there's a few people saying thank you. So Lisa, Kaylee, Jennifer, another Jennifer, thank you. Thank you for attending. Is there any questions from the group? Oh, Troy's got questions. All right, Troy, what do you got? I'll just give him a minute to type these out. So I'll read out Troy's question. What are some strategies for places you can start increasing backlinks? So let's start with that, backlinks.
Uh, for the backlinks, there are different kind of off-page websites. Like we can create, we have some directories. So you have to create account in those directories, and you have to add your information about your business. Through that way, you can increase your backlinks. That is the only solution for that one. Uh, do you have any resources for identifying popular keywords or user questions? So you can search in Google. Like so, for example, you can search in Google, and then you will get like a similar questions. Now, AI also gives some options for that one. For example, when you are searching like what is SEO, you can see lot of competitor website, right? So they are also using some keywords or some words. So you can adapt that one, or else you can use AI tools, AI section for finding out your keywords. And what we are using like that, we have a Google's own keyword finder. So we are using that keyword planner for finding out the keywords for our clients. What would be a target bounce rate? So bounce rate is like usually you can consider like a 30 percentage or 40 percentage. That is good, because anyway we can able to satisfy all kind of users. So some people, they will definitely leave your website, so we can give like a 30 to 40 percentage. So the remaining thing is like you have to understand which page have a high bounce rate. So when you are checking Google Analytics, you can find out that which page have a high bounce rate, and you have to check that page. Then you can identify the issues of that page and you can rectify that one. How do you know when you are starting to have keyword bloat? So for me, first always okay. First, I will identify what's the business is. Then I will learn about that business first. So and then we will talk to that business person, so that they are for what they are focusing more, what's their services are. So find out what you need to promote, then use that terms. and find out your competitors and what keywords they are using, and then come up shortlist those words, and then you can find out the keyword rankings or the keyword in your with the keyword planner or the keyword findings websites. So you will get like the competition of that particular word. So some keywords they have a high competition and some of them have low competition. So what we will do is like we will take a mix of low, high, and medium competition keywords, and we will finalize one full keyword section, and then we will talk with our client, and we will finalize the keywords, so that we don't want any unnecessary keywords in our website. So for example, are a digital marketing agency. We don't need some other terms that things are not at all providing, right? So whatever we need, we have to use that words and finalize that one and use it and optimize for your website. Another question: if you have an established website, where does one start to analyze the content to see where the platform with these pillars in mind? Okay. We don't have any kind of established website, so we have to search in. Usually, I'm taking all the details from AI and search engine, Google search engine. So this is the latest trend. I am learning this from all this kind of website. There is not a single website I can share. So AI and this search engine is vast. We are getting all the informations from them. So I have to spend some time to get all the information together. Then we have to use it. We have to implement it, and we have to find out which one is working for us, which one is not working for us. That's it.
Any last questions before we go? Well, if there's no other questions, that is it for today's session. If you do need any assistance with all the bits that Adisha has taught us about today, please reach out. We can certainly do an SEO audit on your existing website. And I think that's everything for today, Adisha.
Thank you so much, everyone.
Okay. Thank you, everyone, for attending.